Hey there all craft beer lovers. Yeah, it's time for that beer review once again. We are going back to Brewski Brewing, guys, out of the city of Helsingborg, down south in Sweden. And we do have a very nice one today. We are going for their Liquorice Vanilla Cake Imperial Stout, coming in at 12% ABV in a nice 330ml can. Look at that artwork. Doesn't that make your mouth water? Because it certainly makes mine a little bit wet, I have to say. So there's the logo, Brewski Brewing, Liquorice Vanilla Cake, 12%, Imperial Stout, energy drink style can. There you go. Let's pop it then, see what we get. Always up for an Imperial Stout. Now, Brewski, they do some tremendous beers. They most certainly do. Very, very good brewery. Very, very nice craft beer brewery. High quality beers. There we go. And I have to say, I'm really, really excited for this one. So for me, this is kind of a, well, a cross section there, a crossover between a pastry stout with the vanilla cake and everything and a licorice stout. So could those two things fuse together in a good stout? I think so. There we go. In view then. So what do we have? Pink is worth, I believe, of a nice, quickly dissipating brown colored head. A couple of small bubbles on top. Jet black beer in the glass, as expected, of course. Doesn't that look pretty? I think it does. Listen to the carbonation. You can hear it. Right? The aroma then. Yeah, so it may be a little bit of licorice on the nose, but mostly it's kind of a sweet pastry vibe about it. Yeah, a little bit of vanilla, sweet candy, kind of a buttery vibe. Not much in the way of licorice, I have to say, but I do get a little bit of a hint of it. But it's all in the taste. So with that said, let's try it. Cheers, everybody. Okay, there it comes. There it comes, yeah. Okay, okay. Let's go for another one. Okay, so, all right. The licorice, guys, comes not initially at all, but comes in the aftertaste. Kind of at the very, very end of the whole flavor spectrum there. Comes at the very, very end of it. Initially, you got a kind of a, unfortunately, a little bit of a synthetic vanilla vibe initially. Then comes a kind of a middle there where nothing really happens. And then suddenly you get that licorice there. Bit of a malty, bready vibe. Some more synthetic vanilla. Dark roasted malts. Let's go for another one. Okay. The body of the beer, it's sweet and slick. Almost verging on being a little bit oily in your mouth. But it's unfortunately not a rich body. It's kind of more of a little bit thinner body. Medium body towards a little bit thinner body. I would have wanted for this one, guys, a little bit more oomph to the body. Little bit more emphasis on the licorice. And a little bit more downplayed sweetness. That vanilla is unfortunately slightly synthetic. And that kind of coats your palate, leaving a little bit of a foul aftertaste, actually, to be absolutely honest there. And that's a little bit of a shame, isn't it? Because I do really love Brewski. They're doing some magnificent beers. I was at their 2019 Brewski, their beer festival. It was fantastic. Some fantastic beers. But this one, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad one. Licorice, vanilla cake. You got a 12% ABV there. You don't really notice the alcohol, so alcohol is fairly well hidden in there. Let's go for the final sip. Yeah, so dark roasted malts and a little bit of a synthetic vanilla flavor initially. Then comes the licorice at the back end. I would have wanted some more licorice in there, some less synthetic vanilla and sweetness, and a little bit more oomph to the body. That would have made this one a perfect beer. But I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, I have to say. For me, it's okay. It's okay. Not a bad beer. It's slightly above average, I would say. It's a nice, well-made beer from a very, very good brewery. I'm going to give it a 3.75 out of 5. That was everything I had for today. Thank you for watching.